Of course, who hasn't? Much
You got my Mogosaurus
records. You became one of U.S. most wanted after the Millilith marked as a suspect following the incident at the Rite of Dissension. After which, you fought off the Millilith at Julian Karst and made contact with the Fatui. Before finally defeating an ancient god together with Granny and her associates, and subsequently being cleared of any and all suspicion by the chieftain. What a shame. A shame that we didn't beat sooner. If we had, well, I can't say that I would have been able to clear your suspicion immediately, but it certainly would have been less embarrassing.
Why is he on a riding Shogun thing?
Introduce myself once more. I'm Yenfei.
I want better.
Problem? You can come right to me. Oh, yes. Here's my business card. You'll find it has my contact details and office address. Keep it handy. If you have an urgent issue, just leave me a note at assistance. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, I offer a very generous discount on first-time customers.
Alright, Yenfei, alright.
Yenfei!
Let's get to the business at hand. I do not think these two are in dire need of legal assistance at the moment.
He killed me!
Excuse Yenfei.
What? Are you killed you, Kiki?
I guess, kinda. My old man said he was one anyway. He mentioned that he once campaigned with Rex Lapis for a long time, and then after that was all over, he went back and married my mom.
Boy?
They had me, and once I was all grown up, the two of them up and left on the journey, leaving me with Granny here.
Was that big casual for an adept? I think I put this fine solid contract to protect Leo Harbor? What do you need just to whip that to get married?
Well, my dad did say that he talked it through with Rex Lapis, and that he was fine with it. Even... hold of most of the stuff you asked for, except for Smaragdus Jadeite. I couldn't find any at all.
You sit there.
The chasm's been sealed off, and there's just no way in. Couldn't secure any documentation either. Looks like the Ministry of Civil Affairs is serious about keeping it strictly locked down.
Is that so? But Smaragdus Jadeite is really rather essential. Yenfei, are you sure you can't find some other way? They have helped Liyue greatly after all. It is only right that they are duly rewarded.
I know, Granny, you've told me 1,000 times already. Well, the chasm's definitely a no-go, but there's still a chance we can figure out some alternative means of procurement. Hold on a moment. Let me have a look.
Whoa, that's a really thick book. What kind of things do you write in there?
Commercial consultancy. Or... Snezhnaya? Ah, found him. Crossel. A Snezhnayan merchant who once came to me with some legal queries on certain articles in the legal codices. If my memory serves, all of them had to do with rare ores. He mentioned that he was considering acquiring some Smaragdus Jadeite to make hairpins, and wanted to know if there were any legal ramifications that he should be aware of. Said he was planning to sell them in Snezhnaya. So, I guess I'll go look for him. Oh, you want to join me? I suppose that's no problem, but it's best if you just stand by and watch. If you try to get involved, you'll only risk placing yourself in legal jeopardy.
Wow, an adept is imploring us to avoid incurring legal liability. Best we be a little more careful than usual while we're with her. Okay.
What are you doing?
Hello, Mr. Crossel. How's business been?
Oh, good, very good. All thanks to your advice, Miss Yanfei. What brings you here today?
You're too kind. I was simply doing my job. Now, I believe that the last time we met, you mentioned that you were looking to source some Smaragdus jadeite to make hairpins. Have there been any further developments on this front?
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, in the end I did acquire a small piece of Smaragdus jadeite and had it fashioned into a pair of hairpins. Miss Yanfei, might I presume that you have an interest in the hairpins? I must apologize, I've already rented them out to a lady named Xiao. If you'd like to inspect them, you may have to wait quite...
Wait, isn't Smaragdus jadeite really rare? Aren't you worried about the hairpins getting damaged or lost while they're being rented out?
No, I'm not worried in the slightest, because I signed a contract with Miss Xiao before renting them to her. The contract makes it quite clear that if she loses or damages the item in question, she must compensate me for its full original value. In return, I included a clause that guarantees the Smaragdus jadeite.
Guaranteed genuine? With 10 times the value.
Of course. This way, both...
In that case, might you know where Miss Xiao lives? We'd like to pay her a visit and have a look at the hairpins.
Oh, of course. She wrote her address down when we signed our contract.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Crossell. We'll be off now.
They're not here. Let's keep looking.
Huh? Oh, I'm gonna help.
Well, you look at that, ma'am. Nowhere left to run. us some more, we give you a little...
Boss, I got a bad feeling about this. Look at her, the white hair, the energy she gives off. I'm telling you, there's something different about her.
So what? She's loaded. How are we ever going to repay those gambling debts if we just let money walk away from us, huh?
I've already told you, I don't need your information. If you still can't grasp that, I'm happy to repeat it in a way that won't be so easy to forget.
Come on, ma'am. You seem like an intelligent lady. I shouldn't have to spell this out to you. It's not about whether you need the info or not, okay? It's about you taking out your money and handing it over and nobody getting hurt.
I won't...
No more excuses! You have money.
Why is the chair vibrating?
Yeah, I saw you. Strolling into Leo Lee Pavilion, ordering a table full of food, and only taking a few bites. Then Shinyu at kiosk, then Wanmin restaurant. Same story.
Mawa kamay ko.
You order all the signature dishes, take a few bites,
Yes.
then you're on your way again. How
Walang
could you afford
fishball.
to be so wasteful if you weren't from a
Hindi.
Master warned me not to
Hindi.
lay a hand on anyone in Liyue Harbor. But here we are. Perhaps... yes. Let's call it fate.
Boss, I'm telling you, something's not right.
What are you afraid of? We're just selling information. It's not illegal. If she lays a finger on us, all the better. We'll sue her for everything she's worth.
Oh, you again.
What are the Millilith doing here? Did you do this? You ought to mind your own business, I swear!
Silence! How dare you threaten innocent civilians? You're coming with us.
Don't be angry, sir. Please, let me explain.
Shenhe,
Shenhe?
my name.
Oh, so your name's Shenhe. Paimon's name is... well, Paimon. And this is Paimon's travel buddy.
I've heard about you two before. Thank you for helping to
Look at
defuse the
Shenhe, though.
situation. I could have dealt with it myself, though. I suspect smashing his head against the ground a handful of times is all it would have taken to get him to surrender.
You can't do that. That's way too violent. This is Liyue Harbor. There are laws against that kind of stuff, you know.
Laws? No, apparently not.
Really? So how exactly have you...
That would be my stomach growling. I haven't eaten enough.
She's so honest. Wait, that's right! Can I read for it?
Chingson, glaze lily, violet grass. These are my usuals. Medicinal herbs?
Kinda hard to explain. Anyway, Boo Boo Pharmacy's not far away. Let's take Shenhe there for a big medicinal meal. After all, you can't work on an empty stomach. Do you think Shenhe might be an Adeptus? It seems like it's her first time in Liyue Harbor, and she doesn't seem to get how things work.
Are you here to buy some herbs? I do hope you brought your prescription.
Chingson, glaze lily, and violet grass, please. Half a pound of each.
What kind of prescription is this? Sounds more like a lunch order. Oh, here you go. That's everything we have in stock.
Thank you.
She's really eating them!
My hunger has now abated. Thank you. Rather awful. Though they were not completely devoid of sweet fragrance. After consuming a large quantity of them, bitterness is all that remains.
So, how come you chow down on these and barely touch the restaurant food? Paimon had enough, Mora. Paimon would go to the fanciest restaurant in town and order a whole table of food and eat it all in one go.
Because I'm not sure whether I will remain here in the future. The food of the mortal realm is most delicious, but should I return to the
Scarlet just
mountains, yearning for the food here shall only pose an obstacle to my continued spiritual development. Sampling each dish in order to appreciate its taste is enough.
Return to the mountains. That proves it. Paimon knew she was an adeptess.
Enough about me. What are your plans from here?
Oh, right! Paimon almost forgot! We came out to take part in the Rebuild the Jade Chamber competition! And now we're probably super behind because we've been held up for so long.
I see. I heard something about the contest when I was passing by.
Yep! You get to ask Ningguang any question you want if you win! Were you interested in the contest too, Shenhe?
I came for the rebuilding of the Jade Chamber, but until this point I had no intention of joining a contest. However, you have shown me your kindness, and I would now like to lend you my assistance.
Wow! You really don't have to. But having an adeptess help out will make things a whole lot easier, so...
Then let's not delay. I have a plan.
Great! Paimon bets this is gonna be the awesomest plan ever!
I am not sure whether, or to what extent, this plan can be classified as awesome. I do, however, we simply need to dispose of everyone who's currently ahead of us.
Miko! That is not acceptable! Not by a long shot!
Really? But I hear that competition is in essence about conflict and one-upmanship.
Look, we want to win this Sunset...
I was wondering who I could hear arguing over there. So, it's you.
Baijiu? What are you doing
That's an
out
upcoming
here?
character.
Lady Ningguang wishes to purchase a large batch of wound dressing. We're running low at the store, so I came out to fetch the ingredients personally.
Huh? How come Lady Ningguang needs so much wound dressing all of a sudden?
I'm not too sure. I did hear she's looking to rebuild the Jade Chamber. Maybe for its first aid on site? I didn't ask, though. Far be it from me to pry into my customers' personal affairs. Oh, and she also borrowed Chi-Chi. Meaning Boo Boo Pharmacy is very short-handed right now. I don't suppose any of you are looking for part-time work by any chance?
No, we've got other stuff to do. While you're here, though, you seem to know a lot.
Ah, the variety of plostrite used in the Jade Chamber, yes? There is some mention. As far as the records show, virtually all Sunset Vermilionite in existence has been mined and taken possession of.
Okay then, let's go ask at the Feiyun Commerce Guild. Thanks, bye.
You're quite welcome.
Pa. Spam ba yun? Ay.
Oh, whatever shall I do? Yes, that's me. Is there something I can help?
How do you do, Monsieur Chow? We understand from Mr. Crossell that you recently rented a pair of hairpins from him. My associates and I are very interested in them. Would you mind letting us take a look at them?
The hairpins? I can't lend them to you right now. I've lost them. I don't know how it could have happened. I always kept them right by my side. I spent so much money on them. We now have a backlog. A big banquet is coming up in a few days, and that's what the hairpins were for, too. But now that I've lost the hairpin...
Why does Paimon have a sudden strong sense?
Would you really? I sent a commission to the Adventurers Guild, but I haven't heard anything back from them yet.
Hold on. Don't run off looking for the hairpins just yet. Monsieur Chow, would you let me have a look at the rental contract you signed?
Huh? Well, I'm unsure. I have it right here. Here you are.
Let me see.
That's right! Yanfei said she's a legal advisor, didn't she? Maybe she can help Juqiao somehow. True. Though surely there must be a win-win solution.
Right. I finished reading the contract. The terms are very clear, and they do indeed stipulate that you must pay Mr. Crossell the original value of the hairpins as compensation for the loss. Furthermore, the contract also expressly states that the amount of compensation must take current market prices into account. And given the rarity of Smaragdus Jadeite, I fear that the final amount of compensation may end up being significantly higher as a result.
Even higher? Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Juqiao looks like she's about to faint.
However, all of this is assuming that it is indeed genuine Smaragdus Jadeite that was inlaid into the hairpins.
Did you really have to pause before saying that part? Anyway, the hairpins are lost, so how exactly would we be able to find out if the Jadeite is genuine or not? Whichever way you look at it, we've got to start by finding those hairpins.
Except that if we found the hairpins, there'd no longer be any need to check whether the Jadeite is genuine, would there?
Seems right.
Please. Please. However much it is, now that it's come to...
Yes, legally. So hold on a moment, Miss...
What did I feel? My family has...
Smooth. No, it's not.
Ah, Miss Yanfei, you've returned. With Miss Juqiao in tow, too, I see. How are the hairpins? I trust you're quite satisfied with them?
About that.
You lost them? Are you serious? Do you have any idea how expensive they were?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Truly I am. I'll pay the compensation as per our contract. Every last mora.
Mora? Do you have any idea what I had to go through to get my hands on that Smaragdus Jadeite? I just don't... Forget it. Talking won't bring them back. Since Miss Yanfei is here, I suppose we can just have her estimate the amount that needs to be paid.
No problem. But before I can give an official estimate, I'll need to do a little market research. Ah, yes. And if I may just confirm again... It was in fact genuine smaragdus jadeite inlaid into the hairpins, correct?
Of course. Genuine article guaranteed, or I pay back 10 times the value.
All right, understood. I'll conduct some market
Thank you very much.
Looks like I'll have to find some way to raise that money.
Please wait, Miss Chow. I have something to discuss with you. It's not convenient to speak here, so...
Miss Yanfei, what is this about? Are you...
No. What I wanted to talk about is... There is a chance that the ore inlaid on those hairpins may not be smaragdus jadeite after all.
What do you mean? Are you implying that you already sneaked off and found them?
Obviously not. I'm no adventurer, let alone a member of the guild. I don't run thankless, time-consuming errands for a living. Let's just say I made some deductions. I don't know if Granny told you this, but smaragdus jadeite is found deep underground and contains very concentrated elemental energy. If mere mortals come into contact with it, Mr. Chow, did you at any time feel unwell while the hairpins were in your possession?
No.
Now that is strange. I noticed earlier that there were elemental traces in Mr. Croswell's vicinity. If I've deduced correctly, he may still have the Smaragdus Jadeite in his possession.
If that's the case, we should go confront him right now and expose his dirty scam right to his face!
Absolutely not. If we were to confront him now, there's no way he would admit to it. Eventually, he would find some argument to compel us to leave. And then, he'd throw the Smaragdus Jadeite into the sea the moment we were gone. After that, he would simply insist that Mr. Chow pay up per the contract. He would lose nothing. Meanwhile, we would have to look under every stone in Liyue, hoping and praying that the hairpins do actually still exist somewhere in this world.
So vivid that Paimon thinks it might be experience talking.
Oh, it certainly is. I've seen my fair share of situations like this, and brute force methods are certainly one way of resolving them. Fortunately, I have far more elegant solutions at my disposal. I'll share them with you in due course.
Nasoli na ni Mama.
Dealing with problems like this. Perhaps you could help me, Miss Yunfei.
Oh, that won't be a problem. But first, Mr. Chow, could I ask you to please sign this contract?
Huh? Does there have to be a contract for everything? Paimon can't even keep track. It feels like Yanfei is even more concerned with them than a certain someone else we know.
These are my formal terms of engagement. Everything prior to now has just been pro bono advice. But for me to investigate any further, I require a written contract. Any work commissioned but not bound by a contract cannot be relied upon.
I understand. Then I will be glad to place this matter into your capable hands if you will take it, Miss Yunfei.
No problem. Just sign here, and I'll sign too. Okay. Now write your address here, and then sign on this page as well. And I'll also need your signatures on pages 5, 7, and on the very last page. Finally, if you could just use this ink pad to make a handprint over here.
Contract has so many pages. Paimon's all out of brain juice again.
Seram na.
Alright, that should do it. My fees are the same as always, and they're written in the contract. Have a look through and let me know if you have any questions.
I've had a read through. Everything checks out.
Well then, here's your copy of the contract. I will retain the other copy. Not for now, no. Despite how intractable this problem might sound, it will actually be quite straightforward to resolve, once we've got some things squared away. I don't believe you have been part of an investigation like this before, in which case, hopefully this should be quite the experience.
Miss Yunfei, I have to ask, why are you helping me?
Because, as it happens, I'm currently trying to acquire some Smaragdus Jadeite myself. I noticed strong traces of geoenergy around Mr. Crossel, so perhaps he has, in fact, secured some. Whether he actually made it into an item of jewelry or not is a separate matter. But either way, it's a lead. As long as we follow it, who knows? We might just be able to get our hands on some Smaragdus Jadeite. Also, the idea of someone abusing the law to their advantage, I won't stand for it. But again, let's not dwell on this. Let's go to... where can we find someone who processes ore? Ha! I've got it! Let's pay a visit to Chateau, the boss of the Jade Mystery. He's a professional when it comes to working with stone and ore. If Mr. Crossel had his ore worked on at all, Chateau would undoubtedly have been his first choice.
Wait a minute. Apa yang
Why, hello there, honored customers. Welcome to... Oh, it's you, Miss Yanfei. Is something the matter? surely not more spurious claims that my jade betting is rigged and no one can ever win? Oh, I swear on all that is sacred.
No, nothing of the sort. Has a Snezhnaya merchant named Crossel enlisted your ore processing services recently by any chance?
A Snezhnayan merchant named Crossel, you say? I do remember that. He brought me a piece of ore, claiming that it was Smaragdus jadeite. That was the first time I'd ever encountered it, so I had no way of telling if it was really Smaragdus jadeite or not. But if a customer insists, far be it from me to contradict them.
Mama.
He was quite generous with his money, too, so I didn't give it too much thought. I processed the ore as per his request.
Do you have any leftover debris from your work on it?
Why, yes. It was my first time encountering this ore, after all, so I kept a few loose shavings to study myself later. They're right over there, in fact.
Thank you, sir. We'll take a look at them.
Try your luck betting on Jade?
Nung ginagawa mo pa? Sky, core lapis is basically diamond in Minecraft. Or in real life. And this stuff is basically netherite or emerald.
If my eyes don't deceive me, the cross-sections and patterning suggest that these are Smaragdus nephrite. Yes, it's not particularly rare, nor is it especially valuable. It's used to make jewelry all the time.
I put all of mine on the stick. Is it a bad idea?
No, actually you can eat it like, get the stick. Or you can eat it like one by one.
I've heard it said that Smaragdus nephrite is in fact the outer layer.
Remember when you one bite
though no one's ever proven it.
Your sandwich? I think they call it a sub in America.
A thin layer of separation, huh?
In the Philippines, we call it a foot long.
If you must see for yourself, try examining these shavings for traces of elemental
That
energy.
is not a foot long.
Smaragdus nephrite is an
I think my
entirely
feet
ordinary
is
ore.
taller.
Contain
So, well, we might as well give elemental sight a shot.
In the US, by a foot long, you mean like this atin ng doktor. Mas akidag ka, nagpas lang.
So, did you find anything? So they really are different. But wait, how come Jichao was able to tell what it was just by looking at the shards? That's pretty awesome.
There's nothing special to it. It just so happens that I've come across a great many of these in my time. These two stones actually look very similar. Someone without a deep understanding of them would find it very difficult to tell them apart. There may be only a subtle difference for the casual viewer, but that translates to an astronomical difference in terms of the market price. And, I'm sure, a significant difference in the cost of having them carved into shape.
All right, let's focus up. We're going off on a tangent.
But never mind, Shirto. Why would Mr. Crossel...
Unusual actions have unusual reasons behind them. Let's take some of these shavings back to Chateau.
Paano ginagawa mo pa? Wala pang bed. Kanina chinek na. Kanina. Hindi ko alam. Check natin kung meron na kanina yung...
Wait. Kanina yung connect namin yung TV, wala pa eh.
Si Sky.
Then might as well be on roles in first grade.
Miss Yanfei? Might I be so bold as to
If you could just confirm for me once more, sir. Mr. Crossell did indeed claim that the ore he brought to your store was in fact Smaragdus Jadeite, did he not?
Siyang gumupit ng isang larawan na nagpapakita ng pagmamahal sa iyong pamilya o kapwa. A picture of
Hugging.
loving your family. Paghanap ka ng balon ng picture. Kahit yung kunwari may tinutulungan ka na bata, ikaw, bata, may tinutulungan ka na bumalik sa street, gano'n, na matanda, gano'n.
Hanap ako ng picture.
Hanap nga kayo ni Sky.
Okay. Yung phone ko, dead. Dead person.
I have 2%.
Ha?
Ikaw anak, wala kang assignment. Check. No.
Yes, that's right. I still have a
Ako
record
wala.
of the job with me.
Kasi hindi
In fact,
nag-assignment.
Here.
Then I have no further questions. But could I borrow the processing record and the stone shavings?
Of course.
We don't have any
But
assignment.
might I ask
Just-
why?
Yeah.
Oh, I have my reasons. Yes. Please sign here on this affidavit. This document shall serve as signed proof that these stone shavings originated from the, ore that Mr. Crossell brought to your
Madali
store.
lang po yung model ko, tita. Kaya ko lang po gawin ng isang gabi.
I see.
Huh.
I see.
I wouldn't say there's been an incident.
Just this hard evidence to back us up. Crossell won't dare try to deny like he did.
On the contrary, this is far from sufficient to build a case. We need to find something a little more compelling. If you want to make jewelry, you need a professional jewelsmith. Let me think. Jewelry. Nope.
Mom, I already know. Mom, I already know that
Got it.
my butt
Sing
rotting
Sing.
slipper.
She often helps people to find a jewelsmith. Let's go pay her a visit.
Well, that was quick. How come you know so many people?
Because lots of people come to me for legal advice every day. As you know, Liyue Harbor is the city of contracts. And contracts, well, I should say laws, are very important to us. But the amendments made by the Tianquan to our laws are unnecessarily As such, legal advisors like myself.
So you help them make sense?
Yes, well, you.
Okay, off pa lang to.
You sound surprised. Oh, this has nothing.
Again with that.
Well, that's that.
Maraming picture dyan, naka-order sa Maki. Yan yung Maki dyan, big one.
Ano yan eh? Performance class nila. Ano? At yung tapat ng asa? Paano? Di magatang din natural buksan mga libro. Naghanap ako ng libro. Bumili pa ako ng isang para lang doon sa isang picture.
Did you watch already the building part?